You said this is the most expensive Dutch Star we've ever seen.
This is by far the biggest option package I've ever seen on a coach.
This 2023 Newmar Dutch Star is the most expensive Newmar Dutch Star I've ever seen. And this 2023 Newmar Ventana is the same exact floor plan, but is $165,000 less expensive. Today we want to show you all of the differences between these two coaches, and we're hanging out with our good friend Lance Ortega here at Transwest. Lance, great to see you again.
Hey, good to see you. Hey, I'm glad you came out here on this nice, beautiful 31-degree weather. I'm glad you're here.
I'll make the trip to get the best information for the folks on YouTube, and I know you've got that information. So
I do.
What are the big differences between these two coaches? They're both on the Spartan K2 chassis. Why is this coach $165,000 more?
You know, I think we're pretty fortunate. We actually have two of the same floor plans. We got a 2023 Dutch Star 4369, Newmar's #1 floor plan, and we got the same thing here with our Ventana, and when they got them both on Spartan chassis, so those are both upgrades.
As I know, the Dutch Star has 450 horsepower versus 400 horsepower, 150-gallon diesel fuel tank versus 100-gallon diesel fuel. What else is different between these two coaches?
So one of the things you're going to notice, I mean, just off the bat, you can see how the Dutch Star has got the nice stainless steel trim kit. You don't get the stainless option with the Ventana. But you're going to get about 2,000 pounds more cargo carrying capacity with the Dutch Star.
Both being on the same chassis, why would there be more carrying capacity?
You got a heavier duty tag axle, the 10,000 pound rating for the tag on the Ventana, and then you got a 12 on the Dutch Star. So,
and then you were saying that the wheelbase is slightly larger on the Dutch Star?
Yeah, you got a 7 inches longer wheelbase with the Dutch Star than you do the Ventana. It's just going to add for that much more comfort. You do lose just a touch. I mean, the Ventana is going to turn just a little bit sharper.
Now, but these both still have the passive steer tag axle, and we got some shots of you doing some 360s in both of these coaches.
They both turn extremely sharp. If you were to measure from that front wheel to that first axle, you're probably right around 24 feet. So it's almost like you're driving around on a 24-foot motorhome. I mean, it turns extremely sharp.
And now we were also talking too, you were sharing with me that on the Dutch Star, there's a new style of basement door that's upgraded than what we've seen in the past.
So on the Ventana, they got the same seal, but on the Dutch Star, Newmar did make an improvement. You don't have to put so much force into actually shutting the door. So, and when you go to shut it, it's extremely easy. They actually changed this whole configuration so that when you close it, it was effortless.
Now, as far as the basement bays go, overall, same storage capacity in both of them?
About the same storage capacity, and they're both, like I said, the same floor plan, so it's a great comparison. They're both on the Star Foundation, but this is gonna have mobile eye. They both have that, so you're gonna detect your signs and your lane departure and all that. But where the Dutch Star kind of shines a little bit is it has the collision avoidance system. So that's a pretty spendy upgrade.
Now, I'm really looking forward to taking tours of both of these. It's a little chilly here in Kansas City today in Belton, Missouri. So why don't we take the folks on a tour of the Ventana first, show them that coach, and then we'll show them why the Dutch Star is 165 more?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Welcome into the 2023 Ventana. Lance, this is a super nice coach, but I was rushing us in here because I was so cold outside. What did I miss outside?
One of the things that we just wanted to point out, like on the Dutch Star, does have an integrated drainage system. And you are spending that extra $160,000, so there's just going to be some things that you're going to get, like instead of having the water drain outside the exterior of the coach, they actually have it piped in. You're not having all those watermarks on the side of your coach. And with the Dutch Star, you get the RV SantaCon system.
Okay.
Right.
And then the generator size, you were saying the generators are...
Yeah, so with the Ventana, you're going to have an 8,000 kilowatt generator, and then with the Dutch Star, you're going to have the 10,000 kilowatt generator. So
what about the AC units in both of them?
They're both going to have 315, and when you get into anything 43 foot and the Newmar, you get 3, and then you get below that, then you're going to end up with 2. They both have heated floors. So
Really?
this is kind of a nice upgrade. The previous Ventanas, they're kind of moving up to what the Dutch Star used to be, you know, and now that you have the heated floors, it's just a nice integration. You know, one of the other things I want to kind of point out too was the docking lights on that Dutch Star. When you actually look at the docking lights that they have around it, it's just nice if you pull into a park at the end of the day and it's maybe not a whole lot of light. You know, make sure you're not running over a log or a rock, and I'm sure a lot of you folks out there who have been RVing for a while have experienced something like that.
Lighting is very important. Yeah, no, both of these coaches are absolutely stunning on the exterior. I could see those slight little differences, but coming inside the coach, now I'm so comfortable in this recliner chair, but we better get up and walk around. And, first thing I really like about this coach is it's almost like a concrete style tile flooring. Newmar styling. They're doing a great job there. So I wanted to point out too, we had the engine of the motorhome running the whole time that we were just talking there, and it was so quiet in the back of the coach that, you know, didn't really even notice it. But what else going on in this coach?
So because we're sitting on the Spartan chassis, you're going to notice the smart wheel system. We have a lot more functionality now. So when you look here on the side, you can see that you've got your pedal, your comfort drive, which Newmar is famous for, right? It just gives you effortless steering when you're in high winds or adverse road conditions. You can actually control, increase or decrease your comfort drive here, and you can adjust your pedals with the paddles here on the steering wheel. You'll notice that the Ventana does have the nice digital dash setup. So there's multiple ways for you to go in here. You can control your Mobileye setup. So as far as the alerts, the sound, you can actually turn that on or off. You're going to notice that we do have the dual monitor system. Now this does have the 360-degree camera system, and see our 360-degree bird's eye view here. And then you can kind of cycle through the different views of your camera if you wanted. You are going to have your Navigo navigation. And what's nice about this, for any of you first-time RVers, you can plug in the height, length, the weight of this coach, and it's going to make sure it's not going to take you down anywhere that this coach couldn't go. Yeah,
nice little area here for your passenger, and I like this tray. Very easily comes out, so you can do work on a laptop or have a meal, a nice spot for a drink, another cup holder right here, your wireless charging, really nice area for your passenger here.
And one of the things that I can appreciate that what Newmar does in their diesel pushers is what they call their comfort air system. Now what you're going to notice on a lot of coaches out there in the market is you'll see either a round or a rectangular register on either side of the ceiling. That's all fine and dandy once you're parked, but if you're traveling, what happens is you trap that air and it doesn't allow for that coach to cool down. So if you're going to run your AC, it's just nice to have all this centrally located, so then as you're going down the road, it's just a nice way to keep that air moving inside the coach and keeping it cooled down.
And the style in this coach with the light color countertops, the light color floors, the different colors, the way they're simple colors, the two-tone, but it all ties together really well. And then the Newmar cabinetry in the Ventana, you're still getting the high-end features like this hardware. And I like this too, the way they hide this face. You know, a lot of the slide faces you're gonna see, they're just gonna bring that down, where Newmar has these cabinet doors that give it a different style appearance, and then all the little details. Now, will this come off for easier cleaning?
Yeah,
because
that'll come off.
I'm a detail freak, and seeing that mirror, that might be a little different.
That'll come off pretty. That's just a magnetic that holds that on.
Easy peasy. Clean that with a microfiber towel. What else is going on in this Ventana here?
Well, you know, when you talked about the cabinet doors, you'll notice how this header actually drops down. One of the things that Newmar does is they actually insulate the roof of their slide out. I can't tell you how many coaches I've traded in, and I've seen foiled bubble wrap. People who are in those hot environments, you've got the heat, or the heat's escaping, or the heat's getting in. So this is just a nice way that you're protected, floor, wall, and roof, all the way around. So it just keeps you very comfortable, regardless of what season you're in.
But what's all going on in the galley?
So one of the nice things that I like is you got a nice deep counter space, but you also have a really nice integrated window here. You got your day and night shades, and they do open, so you can get that nice fresh air. And it's kind of nice if you've got family, you got grandkids, you might be in here cooking, you can keep in contact with what's going on out there with all your friends and family.
We'll close that back up for the lighting, and I want to point out some people really prefer having manual shades over the power shades. It's just
wrong.
Yeah, just one less thing to go wrong. So yeah,
you know, you can see that this is going to be nice deep cabinetry, all soft closing drawers. We did option this one to have the dishwasher, and I just love this cabinet right here. So just plenty of space here for your utensils. You've got a remote for every TV. One remote can still do all the TVs.
Yeah, nice storage. I like that the insides are lined with carpet there.
You also have this nice, beautiful Whirlpool microwave. It's just absolutely huge. So lots of room there, and it does have the induction cooktop.
Cooktop covers double as a cutting board too. I like that when you turn them over.
Yeah, this can come out, so if you're cooking fish or you don't want to smell up the coach, or keep the smoke outside, you can easily go take this out, put it out on the picnic table. This part doesn't actually heat up, so it's super safe. It only heats up the pan. But just keep in mind, you will need special pans to be able to cook on this. So.
Yeah, it plugs into 110 outside, easy to use.
All right, one of the things I just kind of wanted to point out is you don't need any special tools. This has got all the charcoal filters right here, so if you want to clean your air as you cool it, it's easily accessible.
I like that.
And you're just in and you're out. I love the stainless steel sink option. Just love this. You got this nice faucet here, very functional, very practical, but it actually looks quite nice. Wait till we get into the Dutch Star, because the Dutch Star actually did something pretty neat. It's pretty similar to this, but just a slight upgrade on the sink. Now rolling over here into the dinette. Now this does extend, and you will get a couple of chairs that you can put on either side. If you bring this out far enough, you can see that there's this little stand here. It's just a magnet that holds it out. And I just love the fact that they did that, because you can put some weight on that, and you don't have to worry about that, because I mean, you get a little trampoline action going on if you didn't have that little stand right there.
Yeah, you could comfortably sit 4 to 6 people. What do you think?
I would say 4 big adults like myself. I mean, I'm 260 pounds. You can get 4 people easily around this. Look at where our knees are at, how far away there. We got a pretty good gap between these.
And I really like this curve here, just super comfortable to get a look at that TV up front, or the TV on the televator. We didn't even point that out.
Yeah.
Super comfortable. And all the little details like this leather around the clock here.
So this is new for 2023, that monitor. Go ahead and touch it.
Yeah.
So this is a nice digital display that they actually came out with. I actually love this because you can actually put this app on your phone, and these same functions that you can control here.
We need floor heat in here. Oh no, we've got it on already. Nice. It's warming up the coach. Nice. So tank levels. What else is going on in here?
So you got your tank levels. You can control your lighting. You got an automatic gen start system. So if your batteries start getting low, which they are right now, they're getting to that 12. We can set this up to where it'll automatically kick the generator on and charge your batteries back up to your desired amount, and then shut off so you're just not burning fuel. Got your HVAC, Bluetooth, so then if you want to tie your phone into this and control your functions, you can, and of course all your different lighting.
All lights off, master off.
It's got all lights on for kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and master, because if you've got somebody sleeping there, maybe you want to turn the lights on to about 75% of the coach, but you don't want to wake up your significant other. It's a great way to do that.
I like the simple, easy use of this. We can control lighting, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, zone by zone. Really nice how that's set up.
Yeah. Now, one of the other things that we optioned into this coach, you'll see just behind you, Andrew, is we got a central vac system. And I like actually where it's located, because in previous models, they would take this and actually put it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, if I had to hook up a hose and I had to try and get in there in between the toilet and the cabinet, it was just, here, even somebody like me can actually hook the hose up very easily. And if I'm sweeping, it goes right in here. Throw away the dustpan, it goes right into the wall. Easy peasy.
Yeah, and then also the courtesy lights here too. All of those little details that Newmar is thinking of.
Absolutely. I like this little, you didn't have to put the crown molding. I mean, this fascia does a nice enough job to actually dress this out. But with the crown molding, your soft touch sealing, it all ties in very nice. And then you do get this really beautiful Whirlpool refrigerator. Got your water dispenser here right on the door. And it does have a little lock here, so you got to slide that in order to open it. You are going to have a water filter outside in the wet bay. So it'll purify the water for your sink. I mean, even the toilet water is purified. But here's the thing, the refrigerator has its own filter too. So before you actually, the water that's coming out of here is really clean. If ice is important to you, it does have an ice maker.
Yes, sir, and I want to point out, you know, this being a triple full wall slide, we're in the middle of the coach, and usually on quad slide coaches, this area of the coach, two people wouldn't be able to stand comfortably.
That's correct.
You've got your refrigerator, your pantry, your half bathroom, really a nice use of this space here. So
yeah.
Now going into the pantry here, now why didn't that pull out when I...
So this has actually got a locking mechanism, and I love how they do that, right? You got your locking mechanism here on the refrigerator, you got your locking mechanism on your pantry, you actually got to push on it to release it. So if you listen, that locks that drawer into place, so when you make your left-hand turn, you don't end up with your groceries out on the floor.
Yeah, that's very firm. You know, when you touch and feel that mechanism, you can feel the quality.
Yeah, that latching, it just does a great job of locking it down.
Yeah, the Mennonite craftsmanship is really awesome.
Well, because we're in the 4369 model, behind me we got a half bathroom. Let's take a peek at this guy. So we got a nice long countertop. You know, you're going to notice that the sink is actually raised up out of the countertop. That does give you a little bit more surface area, so if you got a wallet, brush, you know, razor, you just got more surface area to put things. And true to Newmar fashion, just above this toilet here, you're gonna see they have all their electrical. So just the fact that this is, now they could have just had a box here, but this kind of dresses it up nice. It kind of hides it quite well, and I love that fact. Got a couple extra outlets, you got some spare fuses here. You don't have to go hunt those down, and then you got your breaker panel just above. Now, from my experience, walking into a bedroom, your door typically is about 2 foot 6 inches. As you can see, this is extremely wide, but you do still get a door. This is gonna have two of them, as a matter of fact, pocket doors that kind of slide out. So you do get the ability to section this space off if you want.
Yeah, and this looks like a king-size bed.
Yeah, you got a king-size bed, and it's also a sleep number. And I love the fact that you can control each area respective to the person, what they want. Maybe you want that side a little more firm, this side a little more soft. And then this nice overhead storage, which you do get an outlet above, and you do get some knockouts. So if any of you out there that might have a CPAP, you can run your hose down either side. They got the knockouts already plumbed into it.
I like that. Yeah, and then again, that same decor work on the slide room faces. These just come off easily. Little countertop space on both sides of the bed, as well as outlets and a little bit of storage there below.
Yeah, and then you will get a little storage here underneath the bed as well. Great place to store the extensions here for your tabletop on your dinette.
Yeah, and I've got to pull out these dinette chairs because these aren't just any extra dinette chairs. You know, the Newmar, the Mennonite craftsmanship.
Yeah, that's a nice solid hardwood chair.
All right, Lance, you want to try it out for...
this will definitely be putting the chair to the test. Oh yeah, and you know what's comfy is this padded back here. This padded back is actually quite comfortable. I mean, I could sit in this thing. If you want to sit up and play games all night, bring this out. Then you got plenty of room, I mean, even for big guys like me, to be able to sit around here and actually sit and visit. Play a game, hang out.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the little details that Newmar does, like even your extra dinette chair is going to be a higher quality. When you start going through the different motorhomes out there and start looking at the extra dinette chairs, it all adds up.
Yeah, so. This is a great floor plan. I mean, that old saying, party for 6, eating for 4, sleeping for 2. It's fantastic. But should you need the sleeping, that couch over there will break down into where you can sleep 2 full adults.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that Dutch Star in a moment, because the same exact floor plan, but $165,000 more expensive. So, nice Samsung TV. Looks like we've got wardrobe on both sides of the TV there.
Yep, and you do have an entertainment cabinet here just below. Should you want to do a DVD player. Now these are going to be all smart TVs, so your DVD players are kind of going to the wayside. People are
watching YouTube now.
They're watching YouTube, Netflix, which this is all going to be on the Samsung Smart TV. So one of the things I just kind of wanted to point out too, with this coach having an Oasis system, that's a hydronic heating system. So a lot of folks don't want to go with the propane furnaces. Safety kind of just goes way up. This particular system will run a fluid through a radiator foil right here, and then it has a fan that blows through, so it's responsible for heating up your water, and it's also responsible for heating up your air inside the coach. the Oasis hydronic heating system.
So going back into the rear bathroom, huge rear bathroom, big enough we could both comfortably walk in here. I love that they brought the same kind of a concrete style floor into the bathroom, but what's all going on back here?
Well guys, welcome to this beautiful master bathroom. Just one of the biggest showers in the industry. This is what actually put the 4369 on the map. Amazing.
Yeah, huge shower. I mean, that's got to be, you know, 4.5 feet or so in depth.
So as I come into here, you're going to notice just how big this is. I mean, I've got room for days. You've got this teak seat here, so if I want to sit, I can sit and soak, and I still got all this room over here. And the seat's actually handling all my weight just fine. Got this really nice shower head, and it does also have an aquamizer, so you can actually preheat the water. And when this thing lights up, it'll have all that water preheated. So if you are dry camping and you want to conserve on water, it's just a nice way to not have to let all that water go down the drain.
And then I like this, it's got the emergency egress door, just a quick lock, boom, pull that off, one quick Velcro, ladder drops down, easy peasy. And not only is that great for, you know, an emergency escape, but also just loading and unloading stuff out of your rear bathroom. Plenty of room around your toilet back here. Our buddy Matt would definitely give it a pass.
So one of the other cool features is with this rear bathroom like this, you get the full width of the coach for your closet space. Having two lights in here does light it up quite nice, but you'll notice it does have a safe back here off to the right, and you do have these nice built-ins. On the driver's side here, we have this nice dual vanity sink. Tons and tons of space, so plenty of room. Great storage space here underneath the sinks. All right guys, so just before we leave, I want to point out one other thing. It does have a nice stack washer dryer. What I love about the location of this is it can go right out of the dryer, right on top of the king bed. So you can pile up the clothes, you can fold them, put them in the drawers, and then you've got both the closets here at the foot of the bed. So out of the dryer, onto the bed, onto the hook.
All right, I'm excited to see that Newmar Dutch Star next door. That's the same floor plan and $165,000 more. But first, I want to know, what is the MSRP on this coach, and is it available?
So the MSRP on this guy is $570,212.
That's for a brand new Newmar, under warranty.
Brand new Ventana, upgraded onto the Spartan K2 chassis, and we've got about, what is it, $64,000 worth of options put into this coach. So a lot going on with this.
All right, well, let's go next door and see what another $165,000 will get us.
Sounds good.
Lance, that Ventana was really nice, but this Dutch Star, I'm seeing a lot of little stuff.
Yes, sir.
Where are we seeing that extra? Was it $165,000 difference?
Yeah, we're right around that. I mean, I know we're spending a little bit more money, but man, you get a lot of value for that money.
Well, this exterior, this is a color that I haven't seen on a lot of other coaches. Is this a special paint job?
True to Transwest fashion. This is exactly what we specialize in. I mean, they put the special Harley Davidson orange on this thing, and I don't know about you, but that thing pops. I absolutely love it.
Absolutely. And then we saw the stainless down the sides. Is that an option on the Ventana?
No, you can't even get the option on the Ventana. So unfortunately, you don't get that. But the Dutch Star, that's part of that extra money. You know, you get that stainless on it.
It started raining as we were coming over to the Dutch Star. We put the big patio awnings out. Are the patio awnings an option on the Ventana?
So with the Ventana, you can get the two Girard that come out and drop down, which you'll get here in the Dutch Star. But one of the nice features on this particular coach is you get the power window awnings. And you know, I'm kind of a big fan of the power window awning over the manual, because with manual, you just got one option. You can just bring it all the way out, you put it on the hook, and that's it. With the power, you can bring it out 10 degrees, 20, 16, just kind of, you want it wherever you want to put it, depending on where the sun's at. So a little more control over your awnings that way.
Yeah, a lot of value to that. Now, did the Ventana that we just saw, I keep calling it Ventana, that's my Wisconsin roots, sorry about that.
Yeah.
The Ventana, does it have the power awnings like this Dutch Star?
No, and it's not even an option.
Now the basement bays, what's some of the stuff that we're going to see in the basement bays in the Dutch Star that we didn't see in the Ventana?
So the bays are going to be pretty similar. One of the things that you will get with the Dutch Star is we do have the basement freezer where it's the refrigerator or freezer, but they also have the built-in shelf just above that freezer, so you can get that little extra storage. And I love that little add-on that Newmar did for the Dutch Star.
You said this is the most expensive Dutch Star we've ever seen. How much money worth of options are on this coach?
The most I've ever seen in any Newmar Dutch Star, and I've been selling Dutch Stars for quite a while. This is by far the biggest option package I've ever seen on a coach. It's $124,669 worth of options.
125 grand in options. Now I do want to point out that we've got the generator running right now. I think the heated floors are starting to kick on, but it's so quiet in here. Even with the generator running, we've got the heat turned up full blast right now. Nice and quiet. What is it about Newmar that makes it so quiet?
Really, one of the nicest things that makes this thing overall is they've got 4 inches worth of insulation here just underneath our feet. When you get down to the very base level of the cargo bays, they have another 3 inches there. So you've got 7 inches worth of insulation between you and the outside. And then they also insulate the ceilings, which makes this one of the best insulated coaches out there in the market today. And it also helps with the noise dampening. So like in the floor, you do have your steel frame construction on the Spartan chassis, but just above that, they frame it in all with wood, and then you've got your plywood that goes on top of that. And the wood actually helps deaden any road vibration, road noise. So it just makes it an ultra quiet drive. That's why they do it on our 1.7 million King Air, and they even do it with our entry-level coaches from the Bay Star all the way up to our Ventana, all up to the King Air.
I'm looking over this option sheet. I see one option that's $21,000.
So that's going to be a big upgrade from a coach that just has your standard batteries, your standard 6-volt. This is going to have your lithium battery package. So this is going to be nice because you can run an AC, not have to be plugged in, not have to run your generator, and you can get about 6 to 8 hours worth of runtime on that before the generator kicks on. And you do have an option to add another lithium ion, so you should have right around 640 amp hours with the 2 lithiums. So that's going to be 3 times the amount of power that the previous Dutch Stars had.
Has the lithium battery system ever been an option on the Dutch Star before?
No.
Wow.
No. And one of the advantages of a lithium package over a standard battery is as batteries start to decrease in power, well, so does the voltage. So you'll look at your volt reading and it might say, you know, 13, and it drops down to 12.5, and you know your voltage is getting low. With a lithium battery pack, you're going to get a nice 13.5. As that battery starts to drain, it's going to maintain the same voltage until it goes dead. And appliances don't like fluctuation in voltage, so this gives you a nice steady voltage all throughout the life cycle of that battery until your auto gen starts, recharges the batteries back up.
Yeah, Newmar has been playing with lithium technology for quite some time now. I know they were bringing in the King Airs around 18, I believe. Or do you know what the first year was Newmar had lithium technology?
2020 for their, yeah, that would be
for
their
2020 model year.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
When they had that life cycle change for their King Air. The Spartan is a nice added feature. That's a little over 8 grand. The collision mitigation option, that was a little over 8 grand.
The heated tile floors is a $9,000 option. That paint job is only a $2,800 option, which really, to have a sharp paint job that you're not going to see on really any other coach, a lot of value to that. Theater seating is a $3,300 option, and then a $16,000 option for those Girard awnings that we were talking about.
It'll come standard with one outside awning, but when you go with the Girard package, then you get the 2 big awnings, and then you also get the power window awnings that come out. So
a lot of value to that. Yes, sir.
So one of the other options that I actually liked about the exterior is we optioned to have the TV in the sidewall rather than the basement. But when you get it into the exterior sidewall, it's great for tailgating. We're actually a sponsor for the Kansas City Chiefs, so it's kind of nice. I mean, I have been to so many different tailgating where we've seen RVs with TVs down in the basement, and depending on the terrain, it might be not advantageous because it's just below ground level, so it's hard to see. But when you get that TV up and you get it more eye level, everybody's kind of standing around, it does make it a little bit more convenient, and then you allow yourself a little bit more storage, so you get your little tool bay there with the pegboard in it. So,
and that looks like that's a $5,000 option, so that's not cheap, but a lot of value there. The 43-inch TV up front is a $2,000 option. That collision mitigation, big option at $8,000, but for the safety factor there, a lot of value to that.
A lot of people who are buying this level of coach, they're driving cars with all this technology already in it, so they're already familiar with it, and to get into something that doesn't have it would actually feel foreign. And I don't know about you guys, I mean, I have it in my truck. It's actually helped. If you guys have ever experienced it, it is a nice feature to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is ordered as a queen passenger seat, so this is definitely an option to upgrade, but
a bit wider than the seat we saw in the Ventana.
And you'll notice here the dash too has a little bit nicer work. I like how they bring this closer to the driver, so it's a little bit more ergonomically correct. And then you go from the 6.5-inch monitors to the 10-inch monitors in the Dutch Star. So much bigger display here, and I like how big this bird's eye view is. So it gives you a really nice vantage point here. Some of the cool features here about the front cockpit with the Dutch Star is you get a power window, and then you also get the wireless phone charging system. Now, earlier models actually had the charging system up here like this, so when you hit your brakes, your phone ended up way up there in the dash, right? Now they got it to where your phone can actually sit upright. I love it because I don't know about you guys, but like if I'm going to go to a restaurant or a restaurant near me, I can do it. I don't have to plug nothing in here. I can have this navigation going here while I got my main route over here. So great functionality, and of course the passenger side is going to have a wireless charging station as well.
Here's that wireless charger. We are charging some camera batteries, but then this also does have that TV tray like we saw in the Ventana. Now the Ventana had the manual shades. Does this have the shades that you can press by the push of a button?
It sure does. We'll just go here to where it says all.
Yeah, so coming into this coach, what are some of the other little differences that we're going to see that are going to command a higher premium?
So you're definitely going to get into a much higher trim level. So instead of just like a flat panel cabinet, you're going to see that you've got more of a raised panel, a little more attention to design here inside the actual cabinet door. And then inside the trim itself, I love what Newmar does. They don't just run the rope lighting here behind the fascia, they actually integrate the lighting inside the trim itself. Nice attention to detail. This is probably, bar none, the nicest Dutch Star ceiling I've ever seen, with all this intricate woodwork. It's almost like what you'd see in a residential style home with those coffin ceilings.
This has the theater seating like we saw in the Ventana as well. Very similar, I mean, same floor plan. Do we have sleeping in this coach?
Yeah, so this will sleep 2 adults. This should be a trifold couch, so plenty of room. If you want to bring some friends, you want to bring some grandkids.
And I'm putting the TV up here. We're going to see if you can put the bed out quicker than the TV comes up here. I want to point out how quiet that TV is. Just no noise at all when that elevator goes up.
But you can see nice flat surface. This is a nice transition between cushions. Nice and flat.
Well, and then even when your bed is out, with the slide rooms out, you still have plenty of walking and your theater seating here. Really well thought out.
Plenty of room. You can still get in and out of the coach. So we talked about the cabinets a little bit, but one of the other things that I wanted to talk about too was these window balances. The old style, they were just pretty much straight and they were a box, but I like this extra attention to detail, how they curve this wood out. I mean, they put some really nice finishes into this. Now, it's a rainy, it's a gloomy day, and you'll notice the amount of lighting in this coach. You got lighting under the cabinets, you got lighting on your slide out, and then I like this multi-layered roof here, light all throughout the ventilation system. So very well lit up. Some nice finishes, right? We talked about the cabinetry, but another thing that you're going to notice is the attention to detail on the edge, right? Instead of just a rounded corner, the Newmar Dutch Star, they put a little more attention into the countertops, so you got more design on the edge. Now, this is what I'm excited about. We were talking about the stainless steel sink in the Ventana earlier.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That is a nice
So you got your
style.
stainless front. right? So, and I also love what they did here is they dropped the middle.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're washing your big rectangular pan, you don't want to be out where you're splashing water. You got it down below. So this was just genius. It's like finally they're getting it. So a little bit nicer, more of a residential style faucet. So just off here to the right, guys, I just want to point out too, you'll notice the mirror. So it's like got that smoky, you know, tint to it. And you've got your chair rail and this a nicer finish here on the exterior wall. So we got to pull out here. So one of the things too, they do have all this carpeted, but I like how they've actually added a little color to it. So previous ones were all white. It just, you know, these little attention, I mean, it's like they didn't have to do it, but the fact that they did it, and it does have an adjustable shelving here as well. The pantry here, right, it lights up as I open the door. So we didn't see that previously, but it is just nice. It still has that same locking mechanism, and these are all adjustable. And push to lock. You get your Whirlpool residential refrigerator. You've got your digital display here, which we touched on a little bit here in the Ventana. And all this can be put right on your phone. So as I'm controlling my lights, I'm controlling my HVAC, I can do it all here through Bluetooth on my phone. We've got this beautiful half bathroom, and I like the finish. So when you look at the subway tiles in here, they don't just bring it halfway up the wall. It actually does run all the way up, just a little more tiled in the actual backsplash.
Yeah, so coming into the bedroom here, looks like a king-size bed. I love the lighting on the slide faces here. What else is going on?
Well, as you like to say, this is where the paying customer gets to stay. You get a beautiful king bed. This is going to be sleep number. The accent lighting all integrated in here just above the bed. What I do love is they still got the windows on both sides, so you can get that nice cross ventilation.
Yeah, now I noticed the frosted glass face doors on the Dutch Star. We didn't see that in the Ventana. And then the headboard is a more kind of a richer, nicer feel. And I really like the bedding that they used on this coach. Really nice feel back here.
Before we actually had the mirrors, I think, in the Ventana.
Yep.
Where here you got the integrated lighting inside the column and then above the headboard. And I love, even in the centerpiece, how they integrated the lighting in that.
Now going back into the rear bathroom here, I'm noticing a big advantage that the Dutch Star has that I didn't see in the Ventana.
Yes.
I'm 6'2", so I want to show off the height of the ceiling. If you look at the Ventana, not nearly as much height. This has got the cathedral ceiling. What's going on back here?
So earlier years, you had a flat roof. For tall guys like you, you're 6'2". This is a game changer in the world of diesel pushers. And I like this crown molding. They actually bent this molding to follow the roof line here. So you got this beautiful curve, a little bit more attention to detail. Newmar's #1 selling floor plan, $43.69. When you move up into this Dutch Star, you get a little bit more attention to detail. If you look at the tile work here inside the shower, rather than just having a wall panel. Well, here I am standing inside this shower. I got room for a small village in here, right? I love the size of this shower head. This thing's absolutely, it's massive. And you've got more of a modern design. I just love every aspect of this, and this is all adjustable. And you can preheat this water before it ever comes out of the shower head, so you're just not wasting water with the shower miser. One of the nice upgrades that you're going to get here with the Dutch Star, rather than just having a wall panel, Newmar Dutch Star actually integrated all this nice tile work in here, so you're getting a lot nicer, higher level shower. This grab handle is actually an add-on as well. We've also got the emergency egress door here.
Good sized rear closet. What's all going on back here?
This actually lights up pretty nice. You got a little light here.
Got the safe back here. Did we have the safe in the Ventana?
We had the safe in the Ventana, but what we didn't have is this shoe garage, right? So this little built-in into the back wall where you can put shoes. And I like the continuity, right? In the half bathroom, in the shower. This subway tile runs from the half bath to the shower, back here to the dual vanity. And I like this oversized medicine cabinet. You do got a nice power outlet there as well. I think they did a great job with what they did here in the Dutch Star.
All right, so what is the grand total of the most expensive Dutch Star we've ever seen?
This guy is $734,423.
And is this coach available if someone wants to become the next owner?
It sure is.
And if someone wants to become the next owner, who can they get a hold of?
Well guys, I would be honored to help you. Please feel free to give me a call. My number is 208-290-5750.
Awesome, Lance. I greatly appreciate you and the team here at Transwest. Also greatly appreciate all of you out there on YouTube subscribing to the channel and liking these videos. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for coming out here on this 31-degree cold weather. I know that was quite the sacrifice. I look forward to seeing you again.
Awesome.